In our world, you gotta be as tough in here, he taps his temple, as you are out there. He gestures broadly to the streets beyond the window. Let me teach you the oldest lesson in the book, one that the great Stoics whispered in the halls of power and the back alleys of Rome. It's about the company you keep, the minds you allow into your circle. You see, in this life, you can't afford the luxury of associating with the unhappy and the unlucky. They're like quicksand dragging you down before you even realize your feet are stuck. Remember, luck is a mistress that can turn her back any moment. But your mind? It's your territory. Guard it like these streets we walk. That, my friend, is where true power lies. The Stoic view on why you should avoid those who lack fortune and fulfillment. Listen, in our line of work, you'll find things going south more often than not. But here's the catch. Not everything is under your thumbs. Like those old Stoic fellas used to say, there's stuff you control and stuff you don't. Worrying about the don'ts? That's like trying to grab smoke with your bare hands. Think of it this way. You can control how you plan a job, how you talk to the guys, how you keep your cool when things heat up. But can you control a snitch's mouth, a cop's beat, or the rival's next move? No, it's like trying to stop the rain from falling. See, the secret to not just surviving but thriving in our world is to pour your energy into what's in your hands. You make your moves with the cards you're dealt, not the ones you wish you had. You strategize, you adapt, but you never ever let yourself get dragged down by the things outside your fence. You can't stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. That's what those Stoic guys were all about. It's not just philosophy, it's practical. It's survival. And in our world, kid, survival is the name of the game. Do you run with someone who is always down, always complaining? It's like they have a dark cloud following them. If you are not careful, you'll have that cloud hovering over you. In Stoicism, they talk about the company you keep. It's like a diet, but for your mind. You keep feeding it junk, pessimism, complaints, doom and gloom. And soon you start feeling sick yourself. Your thoughts, your mood, even your luck starts to turn sour. You gotta be selective, like a bouncer at an exclusive club. Your mind is the VIP section. Not everyone gets a pass. If someone's always unhappy, always bringing in negativity, they're not good for business, not good for you. You can't control their outlook, but you can control your exposure to it. This ain't just about feeling good, it's about survival. In our world, a bad mood can mean a bad decision, and bad decisions, well, you know where that leads. The Stoics, they were onto something. Surround yourself with the right minds, and you stay sharp, focused, and above all, alive. It's not about ignoring the hard truths. We face those every day. It's about choosing not to dwell in despair. Misery loves company. But that's one love affair you want to skip out on. Remember, in this life, the only thing more contagious than a cold is a bad attitude. Do not get caught up in someone else's bad streak. You think his bad luck's gonna rub off on you, huh? Let me tell you something about luck. The Stoics, those old wise guys from Greece and Rome, they saw luck for what it is, a rolling dice. Sometimes it's in your favor, sometimes it's not. But living your life based on the whims of chance, it's no way to live, especially not in our business. And that's the thing. There's no such thing as bad luck infecting others. It's not a virus. It's just life happening. People think someone's jinxed or cursed, and they start making dumb choices, scared of getting hit by that imaginary bad luck. It's not the bad luck you should be avoiding, it's that fear, that superstition. If a guy's running into a streak of bad cards, it's not the universe conspiring against him. Maybe he's making lousy choices, maybe it's just how the chips fall. The point is, you don't avoid someone because of bad luck. You stay clear of their mindset. Their decisions start going south. It's about their character, not some mystical bad fortune. The Stoics believed in controlling what you can, your actions, your decisions. The rest, the luck, it's just scenery on the road. You drive your own car. You don't let the scenery dictate the route. In this life, we make our own luck through smart choices, not by avoiding someone who's hit a rough patch. Remember, in our world, belief in bad luck can be more dangerous than bad luck itself. It makes men weak, hesitant. We can't afford that. We play the hand we're dealt with as much wisdom and guts as we can muster. That's the game. Have you been keeping questionable company lately? You think it goes unnoticed? You're starting to slip, and it's not just about you. It's about all of us. The Stoics had it right about a lot of things, especially about the company you keep. It's like planting a garden. You want good fruits? You plant good seeds. You keep the weeds out. Same goes for your mind, your habits, your whole life. Sure, they're part of the crew, but are they the kind of guys you want to model your life after? Remember, you're not just responsible for what jobs you pull. You're responsible for who you become. And that starts with choosing who you spend your time with. It's not just about avoiding bad influences. It's about seeking out the good ones. Find the guys who are smart, who get things done without causing a scene. who know how to think ahead. Those are the guys you want to be around. They'll push you to be better, not drag you down. In this life, nobody's gonna hand you anything. You want respect, you earn it. You want to rise up, you do it through smart choices, hard work. That's what the Stoics meant by virtue. It's not just about being good. It's about being the best version of yourself. And that starts with who you surround yourself with. Remember, in our business, your reputation, your character, they're everything. And they're built by the choices you make every day. The company you keep, the way you conduct yourself. That's the real currency in our world. Invest it wisely. Have you been playing the blame game? It's the easy route, pointing fingers, making excuses. But here's a hard truth. In our world, and in any world, you're the captain of your ship. If it's heading for an iceberg, you don't blame the sea. The Stoics, they had this idea of personal responsibility. It's like the backbone of their whole philosophy. It means owning up to your actions, your decisions, the good and the bad. It's understanding that your fate isn't written by the stars, the cards, or your enemies. It's written by you. You control your actions, not the outcome. You make the best moves you can, but sometimes the game plays you. What you can control always is how you respond. Do you learn? Do you adapt? Or do you just whine and make excuses? Every choice you make, it's like a brick in the building that's your life. You choose shoddy bricks. Don't be surprised when walls start crumbling. You're responsible for the quality of those bricks. Your actions, your words, your integrity. Blaming others, the circumstances, that's like giving away your power. Why would you do that? Take control. Own your mistakes, learn from them. Celebrate your wins, understand how you got them. That's how you grow, that's how you lead. That's how you survive and thrive, not just out here. Gestures to the streets. But in here. Taps his head. Remember, in the end, the most important territory you have to control isn't out there. It's within. Rule it wisely and you'll rule anything. You let your temper get the best of you out there. Sure, it felt good in the moment, but what's the cost gonna be tomorrow, next week, next year? The Stoics, they put a lot of stock in something they called practical wisdom. It's not about book smarts. It's about street smarts, knowing what to do, when to do it, and most importantly, why you're doing it. In our line of work, you can't afford to be reactive, to let your emotions call the shots. It's like letting the enemy steer your ship during a storm. Every decision you make, it's got to be calculated, weighed against the long game. What feels right in a heated moment might be a disaster waiting to happen. Practical wisdom, it's about foresight. It's about seeing the whole chessboard, not just the piece you want to move. It's asking yourself, if I make this move, where does that leave me tomorrow? What about my crew? What about the family? It's about control, but not just self-control. It's controlling the situation by understanding it, by being 2 steps ahead. It's about making decisions that might not feel great now, but will pay off when it counts. It's the kind of wisdom that keeps you alive and on top in this game. Remember, kid, in this world, the smartest guy in the room isn't the one who knows the most facts. It's the one who knows what to do with what he knows, who sees the big picture. It's practical wisdom. That's power. Stop carrying the troubles of others on your shoulders. You're letting it get to you, messing with your head. It's a dangerous game, especially in our line of work. Stoics had a word for what you need. Detachment. It's not about being cold or heartless. It's about keeping your head when everyone else is losing theirs. You get too tangled up in someone else's emotional mess. And soon you can't tell where their problems end and yours begin. Emotional resilience, it's like armor. It doesn't mean you don't care. You gotta have a heart in this business, else you're just a thug. But you can't let your emotions or anyone else's steer the ship. In our world, that can be fatal. Don't ignore. Understand, support if you can. But keep a distance. You've got your own responsibilities, your own mission. You start getting pulled into every drama, every crisis around you, and you'll lose sight of what you're here for. It's a tough balance, sure, but that's the art of it. The Stoics, they knew this. You control your reactions, your emotions. You offer help, but you don't let it derail you. You stay focused on the bigger picture, on what you can control. Detachment isn't about being uncaring. It's about staying true to your course when the sea gets rough. It's about not letting the waves toss you around. In this life, that's not just wisdom, that's survival. Thanks for joining us in this little sit-down. It's not every day you get insights from our side of the fence. If you found a bit of wisdom in our talk, do us a favor. Hit that like button. It helps us out. And if you want to be part of the family, make sure you subscribe. We've got more stories, more lessons from the streets. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Stay sharp, stay smart, and remember, in our world and yours, it's all about making the right moves. Until next time.